Welcome back, folks. I've got a tidy executive summary following, but this is my cover page. So you should see that before watching. Yes, there is a white buffalo woman. Yes, there was a ziggurat temple, and there were kings through the era of Babylon and Rome and us eras. So the Sumerian tablets reveal earth by 8 kings from heaven before the great flood. Come on, you kidding me? Lucifer put the moon in place. Deluge. So enjoy this video. Thanks for watching. Keep in a good mood. Blue's a good color. Free will. The man. Yeah. That's my identity on YouTube. That's my identity on YouTube. And I keep low volume there. Namaste, my broad family members. We're going to add a new soul to our clan. Today's 27 March, day 187 on the Mayan Hob. It's a long count. It began in the beginning when Jesus Christ was born. Yeshua ben Joseph. No J in Hebrew. Hey Alexa, continue. Yeah, boy. Yeah! I'm back in the saddle again. Blazing saddle. I'm down here in Florida. Got our share of rednecks. I'm in Clearwater. If you go about 10 miles south of here, you hit the middle of Pinellas County. That's Pinellas Park. They have equestrian trails, and by God, back in the 60s, if you wanted to put on a sheep, cut some eye holes in it and have a meeting, that was the place to do it before you go fight somewhere. Chiggers, that's what it was all about. Now, they got Dixie chiggers at Fort Bragg that way. Man, I knew a black dude, cadet, that's Fort Bragg, the guy had a tick on the mushroom of his penis. And I personally had a company worth of chiggers bivouacking in my ass at Fort Bragg in the late 70s. But here we are, it's 2025 already. My God, if I checked my birthday calendar, I'm 66. The lady at the Thai place yesterday for my birthday meal told me I look 78 or 80. I think that is a compliment because she told me my white hair gave it away. What a good looking lady, and she's just working away trying to figure out where she's at. So, given that Maya has a cowboy, and we are cowboys, we're going to talk about the Indians if we leave them out. There's tribes of them. Wait till you hear about the Lakota. If you don't know their history, they had scouts, they're part of the Sioux tribe, and after Custer turned everything at the Battle of Gettysburg as a Wolverine, got West Point bottom dweller, took his men in the cab and wandered up to Little Bighorn, and he got nailed. So the scouts obviously let him there. Why him? Well, it was a broader consideration. You see, the white man was just coming after everything and telling to the hell with the treaties. And those people had had enough. So there's a great white buffalo and a woman to go with it. She's Keycode 7 in your Sophia code. Sophia, divine wisdom. Yeah, watch.
Out in the West Texas town of El Paso, I fell in love with a
El Paso.
girl.
My son was poisoned there.
Nighttime would find me in Rose's
Texas.
Music would play and Felino world. Blacker than night were the eyes of Felino, wicked and evil, casting a spell.
And then we continue. I'd like to thank you all for my viewership.
I was in love, but in vain I could tell. One night a wild cowboy came in, wild as the West Texas wind.
Broke that down. You ever see that character on Saturday Night Live, Pat?
Dashing and daring, the drink he was sharing with wicked Felina, the girl that I love. So in anger I judged his right for the love of this maiden, bell on his hand for the gun that he wore.
Billy Kid, 1859, ready to call me. 1959, skinny kid in the heart. Watch. Go on.
The honor beats provide sinking. And so this is what it sounds like when you put the drum together and the singing together. Now remember, this is grandma telling a story. And then they are called chankotiza, the tightening of the heart, preferably called honor beats. And that is to sink everything back into order. That signals the dancers to go into their patterns, whatever turns them on, so to speak. They can make each other up in the air. They can slide underneath their legs. Whatever is appropriate for the dance, their steps. The honor beats provide sinking. And so this is what it sounds like when you put the drum together and the singing together. Now remember, this is grandma telling a story about
A horse is a horse, of course, and no one can talk to a horse, of course.
You know, we all pick
of course,
our feature, animal characteristics. Go with Barry Obama, no Obama, Sabud, old man is from Indonesia. Let's get to good things. We'll have memories of him. We'll be able to tell our future ancestors about them. You know, new souls are coming from other galaxies. My niece Christine is in the process of birthing a new child, so my brother Danny's gonna have a grandson. I don't know how I said it. One over that. But it's bad. So this today is March 27th, day 187 on your mind calendar. I'd like to touch upon reading from the Book of Dolores Canon, Convoluted Universe. You know, if you belong to the Church of Christ, my friends in Arkansas, or Roman Catholic, you get credit for service today. That's how it works. You're in my temple. This is the Cassidy. So in this particular section, we're on page 3, 2, 6, and 7. A man named Robert is a Vietnam veteran. Out, Vietnam veteran. That's the second one. So on 327, Dolores says, do they know you? Yes, they know me. They're waiting for me. Many of them I know, but they don't have their names anymore. I just know that I've known them before. And it feels good to be with people I used to know. They chose the same place I did. Dolores asked, is this a physical world? Are the people like you? Robert says, yes. There are a couple of people over there that are taller. They look wiser. They might be the superiors. Do they have the same type of energy body without any features? They don't really need features. I don't really need features. We have ears, but we don't really talk. We have eyes, and we do see. We have smells, and it seems like I have had so many different senses. Prana, the sixth sense. That's not the book. It's in my head. More than I have now on Earth. It's going to be nice to experience. We're all there to be taught and to teach each other. Well, you just learned something, I hope. What happened on the dark side of the moon? It always faces away from us. Where did it come from? Well, the satellites and future. It was perfectly positioned by Lucifer and projecting the deluge in the dark side. You can't see it. The light's on the other side. So when we drive, we're supposed to go to the sun, but if the tide will take you near the night court, you really up it into that dark side of the moon. It's on the Sumerian tablets, and I'll include that as a picture on my cover. Now we're going to get into a woman who was born as Colleen and went through transformation. Turns out she was Joan of Arc. Anybody ever see Jim Carrey imitate Clint Eastwood? I mean, the guy's face transforms. Like that. There was a real Apollo. Al Sharpton did that Al Roker surgery. It's all about the owls. And Bill Cosby. You know, black people take hits left and right due to the perception of racism. Al Sharpton is a piece of work. Let's not forget he pays no tax. But Clint talked to an empty chair named Barack Hussein Obama, supposedly. Hey Alexa, was Clint Eastwood a mayor?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, Clint Eastwood was elected mayor of Carmel by the Sea, California in April 1986. He served for 2 years.
Well, how about that? You ever shake hands with the mayor? Reminds me of my friend Ken Yaunice. When he had to take a whiz, that's what he'd say he was going to do. And man, when he cut a wet fart, he'd tell everybody he thought he just shit his pants. So, there was a real Apollo. Yeshua met him. He's one of 7. And if you read the Aquarian Gospels of Jesus Christ by Chaplain Levi Dowling, you'll learn about him. So let's watch Reverend Al do it.
We want you to tell the world that people stood in line for hours and knew they wasn't going to hear nobody sing and nobody dance and not get an autograph from a star. They came because this man stood for something. This man represented us, the common man. We've had many that call themselves icons, but we've only had one godfather. And all of them came out tonight, of all ages and all persuasions, to say goodbye to the godfather. Not really goodbye, but so long, because we believe every time somebody plays on a half beat, you still alive. Every time someone beats the odds, James Brown still lives. Every time somebody puts out to tell the world that people stood in line for hours and knew they wasn't going to hear nobody sing and nobody dance and not get an autograph from a star. They came because this man stood for something. This man represented us, the common man. We've had many that call themselves icons, but we've only had one godfather.
Okay, so the proof is in the pudding, and I want you to know that I actually made phone calls for Mitt Romney when I was sucked into all this, because 4 more years of Obama was intolerable in my brain. So Clint is going to give it to Barack in the chair. Yes, indeed. The proof is in the pudding.
So, Mr. President, how do you handle promises that you made when you were running for election, and how do you handle it? I mean, what do you say to people? Do you just I know people were wondering. You don't handle it, okay?
Benghazi 2012.
Your own party were very disappointed when you didn't close Gitmo. And I thought, I think that closing Gitmo, why closing it? We spent so much money on it.
Guy who made a movie about Muhammad.
I thought maybe it's an excuse.
Took over Libya.
What do you mean?
Benghazi, 9/11. 2012.
I thought it was just because somebody had a stupid idea of trying terrorists in downtown New York City. Maybe that was
New York City. There you go.
It's the start of a new season of Raise Incentives, and they're so good, even Raymond is buying. Try the new.
So today is March 27th, another big day. The 327th was an infantry regiment. I was assigned to it as the S2 as a 22-year-old young man. Left home, Dad gave me a 1977 Nova, Lily Nova. Wonder if she's back from Egypt yet. Egypt's a big place. So let's watch some confirming information regarding the white buffalo prophecy, shall we?
For us, we go back to a story I want to share here. It's never been shared in this way, ever. But my great-great-grandfather's name was Owl Man. He was the both the chief and the Itasha and the head of the Holy Man Society for the White Swan Dakotas. And he had this beautiful bay horse.
Dakota.
Nobody else ride it. And there was 300 Yanktons riders had come together, and 3 Oyates had come together. And struck by the Re was the old man who was the spokesperson, Itasha, because we were all part of the circle. And they were waiting for the spring herd to come up. And we had a prophecy that said that there would be a white buffalo would appear. Before this wintertime came, we didn't know what this winter was. How do you know what untruth is if you live in truth? How do you know what hatred is if you live in love? How do you know what the destruction of Mother Earth is when you only respect her and love her? So we had no idea what this was. But they said a white buffalo would appear.
If
and of course, we always would pray before we hunted. When that white buffalo gave itself, because to understand
you gotta honor him. He got away with it.
That's why we learned from him. The old bulls are on the outside. Going to give up first. The younger bulls. And
August 27th.
In the center are the little children. In the right.
August 27th. Today is
because
327.
albinos. They have pink eyes, pink toes, pink tongue. They get parasited. So that's why they're in the center.
Walk along with me to the next bed. Tell us what you see.
Rumble is reimagining the video platform.
ladies first. It's a dance-off.
Hey,
You won't see any beards yet. It's women.
Can you picture what will be so limitless and free, desperately in need of some stranger's hand?
Competition. Love and light instead.
Can you picture what will be so limitless and free, desperately in need of some stranger's hand?
Competition.